everybody. Look who has made time out of her busy and fabulous schedule. I mean, her fabulous schedule of looking so damn fabulous, girl.
Oh, she's back.
She is back and she is better than ever. I'm
Thank you.
jealous of that necklace.
Isn't it pretty?
It's very pretty.
I should get one and send it to you.
Oh, well, it's okay. So, how are you, beautiful?
I had a rough weekend,
Yes.
as you know, but I'm much better today. And I don't know if you saw, I put up a video. I went to the New York City Witch Fest 2023
Uh-huh.
this weekend. It was
Nice.
amazing, amazing.
Love that.
Yes. So many interesting alternative spiritualities, and they were having ritual workshops from,
Oh, nice.
a couple new temples were initiating their new initiates. So that was nice to see.
Oh, great.
Live music. It was just wonderful. So, yeah, check out my YouTube page. I put up a quick little 10-minute video just to give you a quick little tour.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And Ms. Tarot D, when you're looking at StreamYard, because by the way, everybody, I am proud to be the first person to help simulcast with Ms. Tarot D.
Yeah.
So you're all going to be seeing some on Ms. Tarot D's channel. But when you look at the side, if on the right-hand side of StreamYard, click on comments, and then you should be able to type in your comments there.
Hi everyone.
And that will go to your chat. So I will do my darndest, everybody, to make sure there she is. See. So I'll do my darndest. And well, gosh, everybody, welcome to this. This is a deck casual with the lovely Ms. Tarot D. And this is Joe Phillips' Divine Diversity deck. And
my favorite.
This is the first edition. This is the second edition, which was just released this year.
I am so jealous of you right now.
Because I have this one?
Because you have the big one. Yes, you do.
Well, because, it's huge. Look at it next to the tiny hands. It's huge. Well, and but this is your favorite deck, isn't it?
It is. Okay.
And you have this one.
Yes, that's the one I have.
Okay.
Just a little background story. I've been reading for over 20-something years, and most of the years I was using the Connolly deck.
Yes.
And I had stopped reading for a while, and then when I came back, I was using the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and it was like, yeah, it's cute. I was looking for something that resonated more with my personality and had more diversity. And accidentally, I saw pictures of the Divine Diversity, and I searched the high heavens for it, but it was out of print.
Yes, and that was this one, which is out of print, and I have this one from a lovely gift from Longman Tarot, Richie.
So jealous. And I wrote to him directly. He has his own webpage called Witch Boys World.
It linked below.
And I just kept hounding him. He says, "Oh yeah, go to Kickstarter." And I went on Kickstarter, and I had missed the Kickstarter by 1 week before.
Oh no.
And I was like, "Oh, please, if you have any leftovers, please." And when the deck, I kept just hounding because I was like, I'm so drawn to this deck. And I Googled the photos, and I was like, these pictures are gorgeous. They're gorgeous, and they're so vibrant. As many of you know, I have vision issues. So to have a deck that's bright and clear, I was like, this is speaking to me. This is working. And then when I got a message that the decks arrived, if I wanted to purchase, to go on the website, and I actually bought two.
Oh, did you?
Yes, I
Okay.
did. I bought one to use, once the air, once the spare, kind of deal. So I have one just in case down the line this deck should get damaged. I have it,
Hmm.
just in case, if it should go out of print, at least I have a backup.
Well,
But
it is out of print because on their website it is listed as back ordered.
mm,
So I do not know if it's going to be available. I know the first edition is unavailable. So
yes,
how about we go through and say hi to everybody,
please.
because then what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the physicality of the deck, and then we're going to talk about 10 of our favorites, and then I have a couple that are I have questions about.
Okay.
Sharon Spike stopped by. Hello, Sharon. I have linked your channel. I have it pinned at the top, and Malruta is here.
Hi.
Chris Yao, who was on my channel last week for the Pendulum Laugh and Learn and Magic Tool Talk, who will also be coming back in August. We're doing a part two.
Oh, great.
Indigo Jaguar, Intuitive Arts. Heather is here. Beth is here. Hello, Beth.
Mm.
A lot of love for Ms. Tarot D, rightfully so.
And can I share this? Heather stayed up with me last night, and she spoke with me, and she just was there holding my virtual hand while I was going through a difficult moment. So I just want to say thank you for
Aw,
being such a dear friend and helping me through a crisis. Appreciate that.
good. That's beautiful. Oh my gosh. See, people are great here, aren't they?
Yes, we have a beautiful community.
Yes. Or she is here. Hello. Kristen is here. Ramon Moon Scarab is here. And Pamela Batchelor. Hello and welcome, Ms. Tarot D, to Gerald's Deck Casual. I'm so excited to see Ms. Tarot D. So, yeah, that necklace. Channeling Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers.
Oh my God, I was just watching her today on YouTube. Oh, how
Oh
funny.
my gosh.
Joan Rivers at the Apollo.
Yeah. And Teresa Levine is here. Hello. Just
Mm.
getting caught up. Yeah, lots of crystals there. Pia's Life is here. Hi, Pia. Yeah, Pamela Batchelor is correct. Best chatters. And I have it just in case it's not loud enough. So, and all right. Vanessa S is here. Hello, Vanessa. And Ms. Tarot D is here, glorious as she is. Thank you, Heather. And just getting caught up because I do want to get to this deck because I have a feeling I might have some difficulty shutting you up.
Me? I'm so shy and demure.
Yes, I know you are. I know, and that's one of the reasons that I like you. And this is odd for me. My twin sister TarotStache has had a lot of time with you. I have not, so it's an honor. Cosmic Orphan, Stephen is here. Best chatters.
We remember
Yep.
cosmic orgasm. Never
Yes,
forget him.
Cosmic Orgasm. That's right. And Cosmic Orgasm, make sure you go over and like and subscribe to Ms. Tarot D's channel. Regina's Tarot and Wirecraft is here, work lurking as usual. And Ms. Tarot D, you look amazing.
Thank you. She just wants my rings. I know her.
Well, she can make her own.
I know she makes beautiful stuff.
She does.
Maybe she can make us new necklaces.
We could have her people or our people call her people.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Mm-hmm.
I have some of them, and Chris Riao is looking forward to learning about this deck. Love the big furry bear belly on the front. Hershey is here. Hello, Hershey. Good to see you. Just going through. Who did I miss? I said hi to Orshi, making sure. Getting caught up.
Tara, your ways here.
Hello, Thomas. Thank you. Good catch, Ms. Tarot D. You're welcome to come on my channel anytime. So, okay. So, again, we're streaming. So, okay.
Oh,
Joe Phillips is a popular illustrator in the LGBTQIA plus community. He's been creating artwork for quite a while, I believe.
yes.
Links are below.
Yes.
So, and Sherry is here. Hello, Sherry. Good to see you. And it is a great turnout.
Wow.
Sharon's flipping between lives because there's a whole bunch of lives going on.
Mm.
And White Wolf Mother is here. You're not late, girl. You're right on time.
Always.
Okay, so fair warning for this. Nudity, graphic content, trigger alert. You're all adults. I have this marked as 18 or older because some people find the images provocative. So
it's a good thing we're not looking at the St. Jinx deck.
Ooh, yeah. Jules Niner is here. Hello, Jules Niner. Trying to move that energy. A lot of anxiety buildup. Okay, Clint, cleaning does it. Light a candle and burn some incense. Do you have a favorite card in any tarot deck? I almost always love the moon card. That's a great question. Do you have like your go-to cards?
I do. My favorite card, whenever I look at a deck, the two cards that I always go to first is the Hermit card. I don't know what it is. The way if you don't have a Hermit card that resonates with me, I'm not going to really enjoy the rest of the deck. And the the Death card. I really love the Death card. How they interpret the Death card. Unfortunately, I did not pull that one for this deck, but I'm sure you'll.
I actually have it.
I have a feeling you would.
I have it, and I thought about putting the Hermit too, but yeah. It's okay with the provocative. So, okay. So I'm going to talk about this is the first edition. This is the back. It is a rather large deck. It's a large deck.
Yes.
And for
Allison we have to remind her we're talking about a deck.
We're talking about a deck. So if you want a comparison, there it is. It's fairly large. So it's almost a 4x. It's this card is 4x6. So it's like little pieces of artwork. Ms. Tarot D is going to be searching for this.
I've searched. I can't get it anywhere. Nobody's willing to sell theirs.
There's a reason. And so on the first edition, it's gold.
How pretty.
And on the second edition, it is purple. Not quite as lovely as Ms. Tarot D's hair, but.
And I don't know if you could see on mine, it's already like my gilding's already worn from use.
Yes.
But
yes. And by the way, the second edition is actually traditional tarot size card.
Mm-hmm.
So, look, Hector is here. Do you know this Hector?
I think I might have seen him around. He's a lurker.
There you go. Hola, amigo, Senor TarotStache. It's good to see you. Okay, so Pamela Batcher said death stalks me. Pamela, I'm going to star that because we will show you the death card. Ben there, done that, is here.
Ben, hello. I love Ben. I was just watching some of his replays the other day.
It's delightful. He's been doing something on Sundays where he does a weekly thing, and it's delightful. I'm still asleep when it's on. So
huge deck.
Large deck, yes. It's a large deck unless you're Australian.
Interesting. Road trip.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so you're a death and a hermit person. Going back to answering the question, I am a hermit, the moon, and the two of pentacles.
Oh,
So a lot of high priestess people.
interesting. Yes.
And Ben reminds everyone that size is not everything. And just so that you all know, everything looks bigger next to the tiny hands. I can do this since Jamie's not here. So,
But Ben is British, correct?
yes.
Okay. Explains it.
Okay. Nancy O'Crone's Intuition is here. Hello. Nancy O'Crone's Intuition is going to be on my channel. We're going to be doing readings with Miss Jane. Here's the back of the second edition. So, and each deck did come. Oh, okay, comes in a hard box. You know, this is the thing that I guess everybody does. You knock on the box, so you can see the difference between the boxes. And the one thing that I am not a fan of is there's no place to put your finger in.
Yes, I did. Yeah, that is challenging. Because I use my deck a lot, I actually took it out of the box and I just keep it in my special little pouch.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, Chris. Yeah, that is Blushing Ben. And Ben said, "Don't listen to what they say about British about the British Ms. Tarot D." And I love it. We're having people who are flipping between channels showing support. So this is wonderful.
Wonderful.
So
thank you for doing that.
Yes.
I'm trying to get some traction back on my channel before YouTube just kicks me off for not paying rent.
Kick you off because YouTube knows better. The best boxes need finger holes. So I talked about the edging, and the little white book also has the same content with the exception of this little white book, there are extra cards in part on the second edition. And in the first edition there's 2 devils and 2 lovers. In the second edition there's 3 devils and 3 lovers.
Correct. Yeah. So funny story, or embarrassing story. The writer of the book actually reached out to me and asked for my opinion on the book.
On this?
Yes.
Really? Okay.
And have you looked through that book?
I have, yes.
I was a little disappointed. I have to be honest.
Okay.
Very, very, very vanilla and generic. I was hoping that it would speak more about the art and the artist's vision for the artwork, but it doesn't. So I just was very polite and said, "Oh, it's a very lovely book and it goes well with the box." But yeah, I was a little disappointed and I was a little embarrassed because I didn't know how to answer him.
Yeah. This is one of the things about this is you know, in a nutshell, Joe is talking about tarot decks and his journey, and he said, in a nutshell, they lack diversity. Not that each group couldn't have had their own deck, but I hadn't found many that embraced inclusivity, affirming the gamut of races, ages, and sexualities included together. And he actually put it in bold. This is the deck I wanted to create. So there you go. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So, okay. Just going down my list. There's 80 in the second edition. Well, actually, there's maybe a couple of more. Strength is 8. Justice is 9. The suit names, it's swords, wands, cups, and pentacles. And the court card names are the same. So we have king, queen, knight, and a page.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're all wanting to get me to get these things done. So, okay, I have all of that done. So now we can talk about what your favorite.
Well, you can also, while you're describing on the suit cards on the top, it also has the little image.
Yes, that's a very yeah. So
So
we have cups there, which is water, and we have there's pentacles, so we have earth or mountain.
mhm, mhm.
Great. We have fire. And then it took me a second to figure out what air was, but
Mhm.
there's air.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
and the court cards are, I mean, the major arcana are have the Roman numerals at the top.
Correct. Yes.
So lovely.
Okay.
So, you are my guest, so we're going to go through and show as many cards as we can.
Okay.
I have them first edition all in order, and I have the
Mhm.
second edition all in order, but the cards I want to talk about are there. So look at that.
Same. Same. I have them all in front of me, all in order, just in
Love it.
case I need to do a quick flip through to something.
Yep.
Oh, so good to have a man that's so efficient and organized. The artwork is lovely.
On the deck.
Oh,
It is. It's
yes.
if you know Joe Phillips' website are linked below. So okay, so you I bet are picking the
So,
Hermit.
funny story. He's my Facebook friend on two of my personal profile. And then he's on Miss Tara D's, and he never responds to my personal profile, but he answers all of Miss Tara D's
Of course.
statements and comments. And poor doll, he's also I could share this because he shares publicly. He's going through dialysis, so we kind of commiserate on our health and still trying to be productive, and he's still doing art and selling his artwork and going to conventions.
And this is Joe. This is Joe who's
Joe Phillips.
dialysis. Okay.
Yes. All right. So yeah, sorry for sidetracking you, Joe.
That's not sidetrack. And I can say you sent me a picture of Joe.
Yes.
If people, here's Joe Phillips.
And if I can, while you have that, can I share one of the top 10 cards while you have that up?
Yeah, I can put it back up.
Sure. The reason why I picked this card is because he actually uses a self-portrait.
I love that. The Nine of Cups is one of my favorites too. So let me get my Nine of Cups out. Hold on. Ooh. Here we go. I mean, there you go. I mean, it's great. And one of the things that I appreciate about Joe Phillips is the ability to capture expressions. It's like freaking perfect, and that's hard to do.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So.
And talk about attainment. He's finally reached by creating this deck. Yes, isn't that beautiful?
It is, and this was one of the cards that I like too.
Oh, great!
So it's absolutely gorgeous. So,
all right. So I did mine. You show me yours.
Okay. So I actually pulled out the Empress because one of the things, and you got these pictures, so. The Empress is his mother, and that is Joe with his mother. And it is a lovely card, and the Empress is not pregnant.
Right, and I
don't need to be.
And I love the fact because so many decks have this very slender woman with a little baby bump maybe, and it's like, wait, is she pregnant? Is she not? Did she just have a happy meal? I can't tell.
Yeah.
But what I love it is, it's body positivity.
Yes.
She's curvy, she's showing her curves, she's confident. There's a little bee somewhere in there. There it is on top. She's the queen bee.
Yep.
It still has the image for Venus. I just love all of all that commentary. What I didn't get, and I don't know if you could see it, is in the throne here, there's a little face. Can I just get my finger on it? And I don't know, what is your take on that? Do you see that little face in there? Yeah.
I do see the face in there. And to answer Ben's questions, trying to have both decks out on this is driving me nuts. I can't do it.
Sure.
So,
I'll keep mine down.
But I think it is a lovely idea for an empress, or she. I agree with you. So I'm going to move. I'm going to move that. I actually think. I think the idea of having the hidden face. One of the things that it always reminds me is we only see what the empress wants us to see.
Mm.
So, and there is, I honestly believe there's always a bit of mystery with the Empress.
Mm.
She has a lot of, she is all that, and she makes all things happen. So it's incredible to see it, like that.
I like that insight on that piece. And then I don't know if you saw Indigo Jaguars. Yes.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not everyone wants children, so I appreciate. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Jackie Jacaranda is here. Hello.
Jackie's back.
Yeah. Thank you, Ben.
Yes, I agree, Ben. I love that analysis. It was very good.
And she's glorious.
Mm-hmm.
She's glorious. And like I said, Joe does an amazing job of capturing expression.
Yes.
So there you go.
Mm.
All right, you're up.
I'm up. Okay, so let's go to my very first card, the Hermit. Can you see him?
Yes, I'm going to get the Hermit out, and I'm going to show the Hermit because
Okay, you have a bigger one. Yes, show your big one. It's easier to see.
there you go.
So what I love about this card, why this particular Hermit resonates for me, is most deck have a very old, almost decrepit Hermit who can barely walk.
Mm-hmm.
Who's trying to figure out his life's goals, whatever. He's insight. Where this one, he's, he 60 is the new 30. He's the modern hermit. He's got strength. He's got passion. He's finding his new path.
Mm-hmm.
He's recreating himself.
Yes.
He's got his light. He's holding it boldly. He's not afraid. He's not just kind of stumbling through his path, but he's actively seeking his new visions and new possibilities. Yes, Heather, and he's sexy as all hell.
Yes.
Very different take on the Hermit.
Yeah. I really like this, and you can also see that up here there is an owl, so there's this idea of wisdom and maturity, and wisdom of the Hermit doesn't have to be decrepit.
Yes. So. I love that beard, by the way. Such a daddy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, with an owl perched on his wand.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So yeah, it's great. I really appreciate that. Okay, so here's a card that I like, but I don't fully like.
Yes.
I like the Hierophant because I appreciate the diversity in the sense of we're not talking the same religious imagery, iconography that we'll see. What I am missing from it is I'm missing keys in the Hierophant. I don't see keys in that Hierophant.
Yeah.
I love the background and the images, so it's great. I like the incense, but there's missing for me. It's the keys. So
yeah, for me, I totally get it. For me, it's the word tradition that's missing. I just when I see yoga, when I see, the whole namaste pose, I'm sorry, uh, I just think alternative. I just think more open mindedness, more
yeah,
visionary, and I don't see tradition.
sure,
And usually the Hierophant reminds us of the institutions and the traditions and the
yes,
structures.
yeah,
So I was kind of missing that in this card as well. So
sure.
yes, and you're right, the keys are not there as well.
The keys are not there, but again, this is one of those things that I like the image.
Yes. Mhm.
Joe has great artwork.
Artwork is
So
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cheyenne Shining is here. Hello.
Hi, Cheyenne.
And Rossi's Den has flipped to support each channel,
Oh,
so
thank
I'm
you.
hoping everybody is liking over there. I'm going to show the variety of lovers, if
Mhm.
that's okay. Are the lovers one of your cards?
Absolutely. And I cheated because you told me I could have only 10, but I figured these three counted as one. So
There you go. Oh, and Beth is correcting us. Remember that yoga has a 5,000-year-old history.
yes.
We have been taught. We
Yes.
have been taught.
No,
We have
she's
been
absolutely
schooled.
right.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Feels sci-fi-ish. It does. Yeah, it does feel sci-fi-ish. You're right. And yoga has a tradition. Yes, you're right. It's a different one. And I'm just glad to see that it's not the traditional Christian.
Hmm.
So, all right. So, um, I'm going to show the lovers, and yeah, here you go. And Ben said, "Mic drop, Beth."
I love it.
Like I said, she got the fan thwarp.
I
It's so
did
good.
not bring my fan today. Silly me.
Well, you'll have to come back
I just for the fan.
just for the fan. Okay, so and by the way, if you find that you have more another card and you can find it easily, we can, we'll do this. So here are the lovers cards. There's 3 versions. There's male, female, male, male, and female, female. So I'm going to flip through those again. Do you want to talk about these?
Well, let me ask you a question because I did pull them, and I was going to ask you, um, do do you use all 3 in your deck, or do you separate them according to who the seeker is?
I I have not used them for readings with these, but maybe I can have you back and we can do readings with them sometime.
Absolutely.
But I keep all 3 in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, and and the reason I keep all 3 in there is because the lovers, it's not necessarily always about romance.
Mm-hmm.
Oftentimes it's about a partnership, something, a partnership, working together. And so, this could be a different person. This could be maybe male presenting, female presenting. So what do you do?
I keep them all in for the same reasons. Yes. I feel like if the universe wants the lover's card, the universe is going to pull the lover's card, whether there's 1, 2, or 3. And also, like you said, I mean, I can't go by what's in front of me because the person might self-identify as something else, or
Yes.
But I've had these conversations with other people who have the deck, and some do pull it out according to who's in front of them. And by the way, I just don't want Ben's comment to go by unnoticed. He said, I see a fan in the back, Miss Tara D. You're all good.
Oh, There you go. Well played, Ben.
Well played. My
And,
God.
and Chris Yao is like, where's the poly option? Well, Chris, the angel is there.
Yes.
So then there's 3. There you go. So I think I appreciate, because the in the second edition, the 2 females is the extra card.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. Just getting caught up in chat. And okay. All right.
And I like the fact that he also made the angel a person of color.
Yes.
So many decks just have the angel as this Caucasian person, blonde hair, blue eyes, as if only if you fit that demographic can you be holy or spiritual or heavenly or divine.
Yeah. What I think is really incredible is I want that halo of stars.
Oh.
I mean, I could totally rock that.
You could. TarotStache can also rock that.
Yes.
I think we have a Halo of Stars day. And
there you go. Ooh, Twisted Sushi, Quantum Love for All. Hello from our hotel. Ooh. And Chris Yao said, that's the answer. 2 devils and an angel. Wait until you see the devil card.
Should we do that next?
Hang on. I'm just going through my... here's a bonus one. I appreciate the Wheel of Fortune.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like the Vitruvian Man, and it's beautifully complicated.
You could almost see the movement with the legs when you look at that. It gives you that movement, that sense of movement in it. Yes.
Yeah. White Wolf Mother is tracing a tree, but I'm here listening. Well, that's cool. And
tracing
anyone would think the devil like you would be okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah.
Good time.
What about churches, angels and blonde Jesus? Jesus was not blonde and he was not beige. So, Heather said, Kristen Louise does the same representation for her connection card in her deck. I leave all 3 in for readings because it doesn't have to be an intimate representation. Yeah.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so hang on. Okay, so the devil card. Okay. So again,
you have them?
Trigger warning.
Oh yes, thank you.
So male, female, male, female. So what did you want to say about the devil card?
So I'll be honest. I'm a very demure lady. When I first saw those cards, I was taken aback.
Mm-hmm.
But then I said, why not? Isn't that what the devil card is supposed to be? Lust. And if you look at those photos, the individuals are truly in lust with the devil, and they are addicted to that devil. And isn't that the message of the devil card, is to, be in addiction to your, what's the word that I'm looking for?
Well, you're addicted to it, and it's the dark stuff. So
the dark, yeah. And I think he really, really shows it. And when you look at the face of the devil, I mean, he's got this.
Oh yeah.
Like
the devil is actually looking out at you, with the exception of this card. The female devil is the female devil.
Mm-hmm.
The female devil may be giving side eye.
A little side eye, yes.
A little side eye.
Yes.
So,
And it has the traditional, ropes that are bonding them and keeping them chained. The
Yeah.
only it has the only thing that doesn't show is the the fire. Sometimes some of the cards you would see at the
Yeah.
devil, the little tails are on fire or whatever.
Do you keep all three in your deck?
I do.
Okay.
I do for the same reason why I keep the three lovers.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. White Wolf Mother is tracing a tree into their book of knowledge.
Okay.
Jackie Jacaranda leaves all three in. I leave all three in too. So yeah, Chris Yao likes that card,
Hmm.
likes the devil card. Interesting that there's no female devil with the male female couple. I agree. And I I think okay. Interesting devil. Like, what's the problem? Looks like a healthy good time. I don't think it captures the addiction or problematic sense of feeling trapped.
Hmm.
And thank you, Beth. And Heather said, doesn't resonate for me personally, but it does represent the energy. Interesting
Hmm.
representation.
Hmm.
I don't know if I said hi to Tom, early ritual. So they don't seem to be suffering. That is true. They don't. They don't.
And I wonder if that's also part of the message. I think when we are in the addiction, we don't even realize we're suffering till it's too late.
Yeah.
I think that's what keeps us there.
Yeah.
You know.
And I think, all right, yeah, and I think for me, this is not this isn't on my favorite pile,
Hmm. Yeah.
because I think it's some things are missed.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's and so this feels very sexually addictive and
Hmm.
provocative, but there's so much more to that.
Yes. Yes.
So
And yeah, and I totally agree. I mean, that I when I first saw those three cards, I was like, oh, it took me a little while to get comfortable with it and
yeah,
to really, yeah, I've seen much better devil cards with
there
a
you
lot
go.
more meaning and
Hmm.
interpretation. Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, so since I have it out here, I'm going to I'm going to show the death card, because this is one where Pamela said that death is stalking them. And so
Hmm.
this is the death card. And this is one of those things that I'm like, well, now, isn't that very interesting? I haven't decided whether or not I like it. What do you
Exactly.
think?
Um, I'm in the same. Artwork wise, I think it's gorgeous. I think you can pull so much esoteric meaning from it. Reading wise, I think it misses the boat.
Uh-huh.
I mean, from the traditional death, stops for no one, and you
Mhm.
have the bishops and the paupers and the kings all being overcome by death and transition. Um, you know, this one you don't really get that message from it. It almost looks like a dance.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Innocence has this young girl, and Death has an older person. It's a beautiful card. I love the artwork in and of itself.
Yeah.
Would it be my favorite Death card? Not really.
Yeah. No. And Jackie's not keen when they include children. Yeah. And it's like the child is greeting an old friend, remembering a past life, maybe rebirth, could
Okay,
be.
could be, could
And
be.
Beth said, oddly, that death card reminds me of the death card in the Tarot of the Witch's Garden, the innocent child.
Yeah.
And Pamela said, that's very interesting to me. I have Leo, that little girl who is moving along with death. So
Mm,
Sherry likes it. So,
yeah.
and Ben's getting some love for that perspective. And okay, I want to go back to a moment for the devil, because there were some interesting things. I think part of the devil's message is to free yourself from constraints, including other people's perceptions of what is correct. Thank you, Cheyenne.
Yeah, very nice.
Tom said it may be a bit kink shamey. Could be.
Hmm.
Chris Yao said the devil card is often a sexuality card for me with temperance's caution. Anything that becomes your higher power can be an addiction, though. Sex or booze or spending. Yes. Yes, very much so. Very much so. See, and just, I mean, this is one of those things that this best chatters ever.
Yes,
There you
and
go.
that's
We love that.
yeah. You just learn so much from hearing, seeing other people's perceptions of a card.
Yeah.
And thank
Yeah.
you.
People of all ages have to walk away from death when the time comes. Yeah.
Sad but
Maybe
true.
death is of a childlikeness.
Hmm.
Maybe what we'll do is we'll have you come back and Pamela does like the death in the witch's garden, which I do not have.
Okay.
Okay, Beth said, I like it too. I don't see it as death stalking a little girl. I see death greeting the innocent. Memento mori. Remember, death comes to us all. Yeah. Yeah. So, and maybe Ms. Tarot D, if people like and subscribe enough, that perhaps Ms. Tarot D will come back and we'll do readings with this sometime.
Oh, that would be so much fun. So much fun.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. Is so. All right, just getting caught up. I've probably missed some other people. So, all right, what do you have next?
So, judgment. Did you pull the judgment card?
I did not, but I have it because
I'll wait till you get your big one up.
wait a minute. I did pull. Oh yeah, I did judgment. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, go ahead. What is it?
I just love the whole. Is it Anubis?
Anubis, I believe.
Anubis, the god, right? Of judgment. I just love that whole image. The weighing of the feather against the heart.
Bye, Ben. Bye, Heather. Yep.
Anubis. There she goes. So I just loved this image. It was very different than what you normally would see in most traditional tarot decks for judgment. It's weighing the soul, weighing the consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
Reevaluating what you did with your life, its purpose, its meaning. I just so much into it, and it's hot. He's hot.
There you go. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate this judgment card, especially the a different cultural explanation of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really incredible. So I mean, and it's well made. So well done, Joe.
Well done. Okay, so what did you pick?
Hang on just a second. Okay, White Wolf Mother said, could the child in the death card be her transition into a woman leaving the child life behind her? Could be.
Could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
And yeah. So, okay. Highly recommend Guardian. A great and lonely god is fabulous. Okay. So, I picked the Sun card because it just makes me happy. I mean, come on. There's no naked baby.
That's true.
But I mean, this is one of the things that I appreciate about Joe Phillips. If you're watching this, Joe, thank you. Look at the expression on the face, on the face of the sun and the kid jumping. I mean, come on. So
very bright, exuberant. You can't help but not feel happy when you see
yes.
this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody says oh, bye Nancy.
Totally get that nap time, Nancy. Oh,
Yes, always time for a nap. This
yes.
is, I mean, everybody says the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. I mean, this is a pretty dang happy card. So
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Beth,
Yeah. I never was really comfortable with the naked baby thing riding this big white horse. I never understood that.
yeah,
I always wanted to call Child Protective Services. I was like, who lets their kid go out on a horse?
Beth said, "Wow, this deck is so pretty and well thought out. Anubis can manipulate energy for a variety of uses, including projecting powerful beams of energy." Yep. Yeah, and Jackie, you're right. It is definitely a happy card.
Hmm.
And Beth said that Sun card is so innocent, almost Morgan Greer. Yep. Yep. Okay. Um, okay. Okay, go ahead. What do you got? I'm pulling
Well,
up my books.
it's interesting you pulled the sun card because I did not, but I did pull the moon card.
Did you? Okay.
Do you have it? In
Give me just a second. I gotta finish a thought. Oh, okay. The moon card. The moon card is very pretty.
isn't
So
it? I don't know if people can see it well with my lighting. That's kind of why I want to.
it's all right. I've got your back.
Uh-huh.
This is why I put everything in order. Yeah.
There you go. That whole image of the person, the man in the moon, or the person in the moon, and you
Hmm.
know, uh, and it has the phases, and the moon is looking down on us, and
Yep.
still shining on us, and yet you still have the traditional symbols of the wolf and the
Yeah.
dog, and then you have
The crustacean
the
and yeah.
station. Yes, one of my favorite cards. Very
Excellent.
meditative too. When you look into that moon, you could it draws you in.
Hmm. Yes. Absolutely. Okay. Bye, Orshi. Thanks for being here. Oh, I have to go, but I'll check rest to see the high priestess.
Oh yeah,
Well, there's the high priestess, Orshi.
she's gorge.
Okay. Tom said, I feel having the extra man in the moon changes the meaning for me. I could see that.
Hmm.
And Beth said, ooh, love a traditional moon card because it's hard to make that better. This is a nice iteration. Yes. Yeah, it's a beautiful deck. So yeah, it's definitely whimsical.
Hmm.
It is very elfish or elvish. Sorry, elfish.
It
Yeah,
is.
yeah, yeah, from the Lord of the Rings.
Hmm. Hmm.
So okay, um, I want to talk about the aces because I
Okay.
appreciate the aces. Oh, and look, Purple Elephant Deb H is here, and I just have to say, Purple Elephant Deb H will be with me tomorrow for Tarot the Stash Way. We're talking about color.
Hmm.
And
Ooh.
then on Thursday, we are actually we're doing the Woo Woo Witchery and Coffee Club, and we are showing what's in our woo woo bags. So if y'all want to see what's in my woo woo bag, you might want to show up. Okay, so I want to show the aces. I just have to put them in the right order for me.
Mhm.
Okay, and so wait a minute, let me remove that. So swords, wands, cups, pentacles. And one of the reasons that I like this is we actually have a human being in them rather than just a hand.
Hmm.
And I think they're beautifully.
Excuse me.
I think they're beautifully drawn. So, yeah, here's someone looking out at us. Here's someone looking to the cup. and looking at the pentacle. So I think they're just great. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's what you said earlier. Joe Phillips really has a way of capturing facial expressions,
Yes,
and I think you could see that. Like you could see she's in thought. She's contemplating. You
is
know,
in thought. He's being inspired. He's considering
fired. You
what the thing
see it.
is doing.
Yes, he's ready.
He's very happy. He's looking at this stuff around him.
Very
He's
loving.
he's you know very
Very analytical. Yeah,
yeah. And Jane the Secret is here. Jane the Secret Tarot.
Jane.
So, and speaking of which, I'm on with Jane the Secret tomorrow for Tuesdays with TarotStache. Um, I normally don't want humans in my aces, but damn, those are nice. And Beth likes the hand, so yeah, the faces are so expressive. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
Yes, they are. Okay, so I've done the aces. So what do you got? Because I'm ready to show whatever you want, dear.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many people noticed, but Joe Phillips actually included Miss Taradi in his deck.
What? Do tell.
Yes, look, on the Justice card.
I'm trying to find justice. Hold on.
Aren't I gorgeous? Bam!
Yes.
Bam!
Is that the new dress you're getting?
That's my yes, that's my new dress and my new cups. But I love this Justice card. I mean, I think it has all the elements. Plus, she's gorge. She's gorge, and
She is gorge.
When you're bringing in inclusivity and everything, it's great. To just bring in diversity and everything. So I just loved it.
Yep, everybody's
The
agreeing.
purple. The purple. See, what an honor. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. Yep, it's definitely you. I mean, did you know Joe was using you as an example?
It was a surprise.
It was a surprise.
It was a
Okay.
surprise. I was very honored.
It was so much a surprise. You don't have a copy of the first edition. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. The girls look great. Yeah, it's really wonderful. It's really wonderful.
Love it. It is a beautiful dough. I've never seen a beautiful Justice card. It's usually very stoic and very like, I'm going to court. Yes, this just has this passion to it, and this regalness to it. I just love it.
Yes.
Maybe it's just a purple. I don't know. What do you have a card that you want to pick out?
I have the Four of Wands.
Oh, interesting. You know what? We are copacetic because I was going to pick that. And I said, you know what? I have a feeling Gerald's going to go for that.
There you go. And what I like about the, about this Four of Wands is people are actually working. They are working together to make something.
Yes.
And I mean, again, we have the facial expressions. So that it's an action card, and it's inspired.
Yeah.
So.
And you're creating your own happiness. You're creating your own celebration. You've worked for it.
Yes.
You've worked for it. I love it.
Yeah. Beth said Justice cards often have a life sucks look.
Thank you. Yes. And Sherry voices from the swamp. Darling, be happy you don't have to carry those puppies around like some of us do. No, honey, but be happy you don't keep sitting on something else every once in a while and have to.
I know not of what you speak. So. All right.
Can I share a card that I do not like?
Of course you can.
The Knight of Cups. I don't, maybe somebody can give me a better insight. I mean, I know what it means. I know the traditional meaning, but, first of all, the the Knight of Cups has some movement, and this card doesn't seem like it's moving at all. It almost reminds me of a pentacle card. I don't see a coming proposal. I just don't feel it. I'm not getting the message behind the original message for the Knight of Cups. So help me out here.
For me is there is not enough knight in shining armor approach.
Yeah.
Because for me, the knight and the horse would be, and the steed he rode in on would be going in the same direction, and this is a bit coy-ish for the knight. I think the knight has a bit more certainty about what they're doing.
Yes. Has a direction.
It's a little impish.
Very twinkish.
Yes.
So,
I mean, I looked like this when I was going out to the bars early on, but I usually wore a shirt. I broke Ms. Tarot D.
She did. She got me. Yeah, and I'll be honest, when I first got the deck and I was using it and kind of connecting with it, I kept getting this card confused with the page.
Oh, yeah.
Just reminds me of a page.
And Beth said, I see sexy and let's have fun definitely covers the superficial or fickle aspect of the Knight of Cups. Nicely said.
Yeah.
Nicely said.
Yeah.
So, and I'm just going through. Okay.
Are we okay with time, Gerald? I mean,
we are. It's an hour. Do you need to go?
No. I just want to make sure.
Nope. I'm good. I mean,
you know me. I can talk forever.
Good. I'm showing these two cards because it's my channel and I had more than 10. I like the 5 of Cups because I like how the cups are hovering and they're not on the ground. So it also feels because emotions can be up and down and they pour out. And so and I also like, looking at the hands, it's like his hands are actually lifting them up and moving. So
and he's hot.
Oh, and Jane said, you like the abs. Well, if I ever need a cheese grater or I need to wash my clothes, there's the washboard. So, but I thought the 6 of Cups was just freaking adorable.
One of my favorite all-time 6 of Cups cards.
Yeah.
Out of any deck, it has it for me. It just tells the story. It has it. I just love this card. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's it. It's a, I just like it. It makes me ridiculously happy.
And even the white flowers, all in the cups is, the sign of purity and innocence. Just, yeah.
Vanessa, I have you starred.
Okay.
And Jules Niner said, those abs scare me. I love a dad body.
There's another YouTube channel who does a flip through, and he calls this deck the Boys Without Shirts deck.
Yes, very much so.
None of the cards are they wearing shirts?
Well, and there's a lot of meggings in this deck. There's a lot of meggings. So, yes. All right, what do you have, dear? What's next?
So I really love the imagery in the 7 of Swords. He just has such a talent for the facial expressions. You can really get the sense of, the stealth, the stealing, the I got it, I'm getting away with it. This card just speaks to me and all that, and has all the symbols behind it. Ooh. That's
okay because my
Avon calling.
HSC, and then GP.
Oh, that's my probation officer. Sorry. There we go. All right. So, what did you think about this one?
I liked it, and if my Wi-Fi is a little low, so if I'm going in and out, that's why. I like this is a dynamic card.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it could be this is under the cloak of darkness. There's a
Mm-hmm.
theft or there's a escape feel to it. And I think this is I agree with you. Joe Phillips is a master of of facial expressions and movement. So I like this card.
Yeah. Yeah. It almost gives me, because sometimes I see this card has stealing time for self, you know,
Oh yeah.
um, when, we're so overwhelmed with life's responsibility and the children. It's like, I need to steal some time. I need to get away. And it almost feels like that. Like he's not stealing in the bad way. He's stealing in the good way. I'm stealing time for me. I'm going to go have some fun for me. I'm going to go enjoy life and get away from all the trappings of my world.
Yeah. And Beth said, I see a bit of desperation in the face of the Seven of Swords, which I like.
Mhm.
Other offers the alternative reading of taking for survival. So it's
Mhm.
exactly what you were saying.
Yeah.
And Pamela Batchelor said, you were talking about this is the shirtless boys deck. Well, she says she's sick of seeing girls without shirts.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's definitely I agree with you, White Witch Mother. So
Mhm. Yeah.
right.
And I mean, it is out of print, but you can Google these images and you could see them better, and analyze them better. I mean, it's art. I have a lot of different decks that I don't use, but I bought them for the art because I just like to lay them out on my coffee table and just, you know, appreciate the creator's work, the
Yeah,
artist.
and I agree with you. I would actually much prefer to get a bit of understanding of what Joe was thinking while creating it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
um, and okay, I already talked about the Nine of Cups. I'm going to talk about the Ten of Cups.
excellent. That's one of my favorites.
I mean,
I
that's happy. And what I appreciate about this, first of all, there's a dog and a cat. The pets are included. There you go. And we are actually seeing their faces. We're not seeing their backs.
mm-hmm.
And and they genuinely look happy.
They do. And what's very interesting, Gerald, is we have a couple who are friends of ours who just adopted two twins. And when I look at their family photo, it looks just like this picture.
Perfect.
It was like, oh my God, this is them. And they have a dog who and a cat. It's like,
Yeah. And I like how, we have this rainbow, but we also have the stars and the cups. So
mm-hmm,
there's a nice layering of images. And for if I were reading that, reading, I would be paying attention to if there's stars or rainbows in other cards. Yeah. A
yeah,
lot of love in that 10 of cups. Yeah.
right. You feel it. You feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Hypnicity said you have a fabulous speaking voice, Ms. Tarot D.
Oh, thank you, Hippie.
There you go. So,
Okay.
all right.
So, not this card isn't people's. Not too many people would pick this card as their favorite. I don't think it's my favorite either, but I just love the way it was portrayed or created, and that is the Ten of Swords. Um,
Okay.
Quite often we just see the stab in the back. Um, and I love the way he used the fabric to represent the blood, so it's not this goriness per se. And when I see this card, because some readers use the Ten of Swords has be careful. you're going to get stabbed in the back. There's people out to get you. And I often tell seekers, like, yeah, you know what? It seems like people out to get you, but you already know this. And maybe you need to stop being in denial before it's too late. Because I think sometimes, we live in a day and age where we're not too surprised about what's coming our way. I think quite often we see it coming, we just choose not to believe it.
Yeah.
This could be more.
We ignore what we see.
Yeah, the red flag. So, so it's literally coming towards you, not just behind you.
Well, we have a great question from Beth. Can we talk about the red curtain? How do you read that? Theater curtain?
Theater curtain. Mm-hmm.
I think, it's a nice way to, I mean, there's still some blood, but it's not a bloody mess, because
right.
Many swords would certainly be a bloody mess. It's the onstage. That's the onstage version of the Ten of Swords. I love that. Hello, the Leo. Greetings, my king, Sir Gerald the Great. I actually think. What do you think? You were talking about that as the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, many of us have gone to the theater where we've seen when they've done blood. What do? They pull out pieces of red fabric. So I guess for me, that's kind of where my imagery was. When I saw the theater and I saw the blood. Yeah.
Or the curtains have dropped and you see someone or a situation through a clear window.
Exactly.
I think that's a very interesting perspective. And Hypnicity said, my imagination makes it bloodier than it is. Yes. And to be honest with you, I would want to read this one in context.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Because is it overly dramatic? Is it hidden that's now revealed, like in that scene from Rocky Horror, where he's going up at the end, he's going up the
RKO tower.
Yeah, going up that, and then he tries to escape, and then he pulls down the curtain. I don't know. I think it would be for me in context.
Yeah. And I most readers read in context. I mean, you just can't go by one of the cards. I mean, this is also one of those cards where you can kind of explain it to the seeker, but really pull for them. What is this saying to you? What is this saying to you?
That's so true, because a lot of times this can be a very scary looking card, because it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a scary looking card, but a skilled reader, someone with ethics, can actually be supportive in helping somebody understand what this means.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to be silly for a moment. Or it's an 80s video afterwards where the fan has stopped going and the tulle and the fabric has stopped blowing. Did I just get a snort out of you, Ms. Tara D?
Because I
you can see.
I can see it. I can tell.
I know you all can. For all of you who can see it, like and subscribe. Do that. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So.
But it was funny when who said it? It was the theater. Who said that?
It was Beth.
Beth. And it was interesting because I was watching Joan Rivers on YouTube, and she was talking about, she did a tour in Washington, D.C. of the Ford Museum, Ford Theater, how Lincoln's ghost is still haunting. So really? when you said that about the theater, and I saw this image, it just, for me, it clicked. It was like, oh, okay.
Sure.
You know.
Well, and as Beth points out, his hair has stopped. Moving. Well, back in the 80s, the hair didn't move necessarily because of Aquanet, right?
It's kind of like my hair now. It does. A tornado can hit me, and my hair is gonna.
No, we're not growing up. All
Grow
right, how many
up.
more do you have, dear?
Those were my 10-ish.
Okay, do you have any okay, I have two cards, one that I really like and one that I'm like, help me out with this. So, oh, and Purple Elephant Deb H said that's the man behind the curtain.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so here's one that I have trouble with. So, best chatters, show up for me here. You know. Oh, and Pamela said, I just hear applause for a great performance with that 10 of swords. You know, that's actually really interesting. It's because the 10 of swords, the worst of it is over and you're just waiting for the next thing to start.
Mhm.
So you've made it through a tough time. Okay, here's the 4 of pentacles.
Okay, and how does this speak to you?
Well, here's the thing is usually in the 4 of pentacles, Ms. Tarot D, I see, you know, some control and constraints and things like that. And one of those things that I'm like, there is a look of, there's a feeling of smugness in this, bouginess. And I that being said, Joe, if you're watching this, I like the image.
Yes.
It's just it forces me to think differently about it. It's like, oh, okay, because the 4 of pentacles is often bipia, but oftentimes you know, the 4 is hoarding. And so this is hoarding it, but also putting it on display.
Yes.
So
I'm interested in the background because the background of this card almost reminds me of Vatican City.
it certainly feels Renaissance-y to me.
Yeah, and it's almost like, so for me, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's kind of like the Vatican City. This almost reminds me of a clergyman and how they withhold from, you know, mainstream and everyone else, you know.
Jules Niner said it's very better than thou feeling. And the Purple Elephant Deb H said he's not just hanging on to it, he's flaunting it. And he's frowning because his pentacle is swollen. So, okay, just getting caught up in the, oh, grow up. Yes, I get it. Your take on Joan Rivers. Yes. Beth asked, Ms. Tarot D, have you ever seen Joan Rivers' documentary? If not, check it out. Piece of work.
Ooh, no, I'm gonna have to look for that. And by the way, if I can shameless plug, for those of you who have HBO Max, there's a documentary movie called The Stroll. Please check it out. It's a number of my dear friends are actually featured in it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and it's their lives, their trans sex workers during the 80s in Greenwich Village, and it talks about how they survived that era and where are they now. It's a beautiful, beautiful documentary. So if you have those channels, please check it out.
Love it. And which channel is it on?
HBO Max. Yeah.
Which is now just called Max, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
yeah, we actually subscribed to the channel just so we could watch it. Yeah.
Okay. White Wolf Mother said, I love the image. However, the columns in the background appear to represent 3 different cities.
Oh.
And Rossi's Den said it's the Medici. They controlled trades and trades and Pope, which they did. So I think this is fascinating.
Rossi, I've never ever thought about that, but now that you said, all the light bulbs go off, and I'm like, you're absolutely right. I can't believe all these years.
There you go, Rossi. Okay, and the last card that I have, because I want to be respectful of time, this is one that Ms. Tarot D is like, what was it called again, Ms. Tarot D? The video that you were, the documentary?
The Stroll.
The Stroll, as in walking, the stroll?
Yes.
Okay, the Stroll. Okay. And she's putting it into, okay, there you go, the Stroll. So, the 5 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm.
This is one where I looked at it and I went, Oh, here, I'm going to put that back up. This is one where I was like going, what is going on here? And then I calmed down enough to look at it and I went, very interesting. Very interesting. What do you think of this card?
I think it's a more modernized version of the
Uh-huh.
Rider White Smith deck. Where you see people more in debt, especially through credit cards and everything like
Mhm.
that, and going to jail for
Yeah.
debt. Um,
Yeah, because we have the person who is in handcuffs. Then we have it's like a lawyer who is speaking on behalf of.
hmm
So it's very interesting. He's a scribe. I don't know if he's a scribe, Hypnicity. I think to me he looks a bit like a lawyer or someone who is stuck having to enforce the law.
Yeah.
So
hmm Yeah.
so, but
Yeah, very different perspective on the whole.
yeah,
I do
definitely.
miss the out in the cold. I wish there was snow. I do. I do wish
Yeah,
it. I like the traditional me on that one.
yeah,
Debtor's prison. Yes.
yep.
Part
Thank
of
you.
the.
Hey, Jackie.
And then
So
my all-time worst card, and you've probably heard me say this many times on any rider deck, is the Tower. And that is because, living in New York City during 9/11,
yep,
this just has PTSD for me. And then when
yeah,
I looked at this particular card, I was like, oh my God,
yep,
this is
yeah,
very PTSD for me,
yeah,
Uh,
yeah, and it's a dynamic version of it, but it's one of those things that's like, ooh, no,
yeah. Ew.
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, White Wolf Mother asks, question, Ms. Tara D, are you a fan of B. Arthur from the Golden Girls? Um, in life, she didn't seem openly support LGBTQ plus. However, she left her home and money to that community.
Actually, I am a fan. I mean, I know there's a lot of controversy around her and her relationship to other actresses and actors, but she did do a lot of work in the community. Not,
She did.
that we found out afterwards. I mean, not everybody, shares what they're doing while they're alive, and we don't find out till they pass how much was done. But yeah, she has done a lot,
Yes.
in the community,
Mhm.
especially for teens. Um, I know she was adamant about including these issues on the show.
Yes. Mhm.
I think it was groundbreaking when you had um, four elders talking about condoms and safer sex,
Yeah.
and then talking about having queer kids. I mean, I
Is
mean,
that a goat on the tower? I don't see a goat. Or is it up top that I'm missing it?
I didn't see a goat either. Oh,
So
maybe somebody's got our goat.
I don't know. And Joan the Seeker said the tower in the Terror of the Abyss is a nice one, if there can be a nice one.
hmm
And Beth said, lawyer, the poor person in the handcuffs is feeling shame like poverty causes people to feel.
Hmm.
Um, there you go. I mean, again, that's chatters, people.
Yes.
And
Now you said you were going to show somebody the star card.
yes. And B did not suffer fools. Total stage actress diva,
Hmm.
okay, so we need the star. Um, there's the star. This was Vanessa. Star card. So there you go. I like it. It's pretty.
hmm
So I'm not gonna,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I look that way when I am, sky clad in the, doing rituals by the river. That's totally what I look like. I don't know how Joe, got a picture of me. I don't know.
Totally me untucked.
There you go. Refreshing to see a male star image. Yes.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um,
so what do you think, Gerald?
I like the deck. I'm actually using it this week
Okay.
for my personal readings. How do you use the deck? I mean, is this you just pull it out anytime and it's
Yeah.
out?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, this for a very long time was my go-to deck. Uh, and if you look at some of my old general readings on my channel, you'd see that this pretty much was the deck that I used, just because I resonated so easily with it.
Yes.
Um, I have to say though that I'm starting to move over towards the awakening deck a little bit more lately.
Okay.
Um, I that has come into my life, and that's actually more inclusive and diverse and modern. So, and when I do public events, a lot of people feel a little awkward looking at these cards. I think for some people it feels a little too. Um, what's the word am I looking for? Homoerotic or whatever for
Yeah,
them.
it's not their jam.
It's not their jam. So having the Modern Witch or the Awakening deck is just easier for them to
Sure.
feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
So I am moving using the Awakening deck a lot more. But this, basically I pull it out when especially for myself, when I do readings, I'll use this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Chris Yao, if you're still here, what did you think of the deck? Um, and but and everybody, it's currently out of print. I have Joe's links below. It's currently showing as back ordered, so I don't
Mhm.
know. Oh, and it may be too risque for people.
Too risque. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. And
okay, and thank you, Jackie. Jackie Jacaranda. Um, no, Rossi's Den. She played Dorothy. Thank you.
mm,
So,
and I'm sorry, who said that it was too risque? I mean,
well,
early
I'm thinking
ritual.
that that's what people might
Yes,
think.
yes.
So,
It's interesting depending on the venue, because I have one, like I think Gerald knows, it's called the Saint Jinx, Jinxx, is it? And that's really, really graphic,
yes,
homoerotic.
yes,
Um, but depending on the venue, some
yep,
places, I mean, I'll put them out and I'll ask the person, choose your deck. And a lot of people are like, oh my God, I want to see penises. And they'll pull that deck. Other people like the Golden Girls,
yeah,
other people like the traditional Rider White, and I have the big jumbo Rider White, but if you like king size or big, that's a good one to get.
there you go. Jules Niner said the deck is fabulous. Jackie Jacaranda said thank you. Um, and Oh, and White Wolf Mother said it's a beautiful deck. I think you should meet again for another deck. I actually think, after we end, Ms. Tarot D, stay on, don't leave, because then we can talk about that other topic, and then we can talk about maybe getting together and do some readings.
That'd be a great idea. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, everybody, thank you. What do you have coming up, Ms. Tarot D?
That's it for now. I'm trying to reschedule with Jane because I had to cancel out on her due to my medical issues. I just had to. And so that's it. I was asked to do. They're having an alternative healing conference here in the
Oh,
Bronx, of all places, and I was asked to come on and do a panel to talk about tarot and healing, as well as doing some readings. But it's going to be the day right after my treatment, so I had to cancel that and said,
yeah.
"Sorry, I don't think I don't want to commit unless I know." And you all know that the days after my treatments are forget about it. I can't.
And I think it's great that you know that, and you're honoring yourself
Yeah,
enough to go, I'm not going to do anything. So
yeah, yeah.
And okay, so Ms. Jane the Seeker said Ms. Tarot D is supposed to be with me. I'm here for you. So I
Mhm.
think she's not in a rush.
No, she's.
So
I love Jane. She's very amenable and right there with me. Thank you so
great.
much.
Yeah. And
Very supportive.
yeah, Purple Elephant Deb H said yes, readings.
Mhm.
So,
And do you want to do readings with this deck or any other deck, Gerald? What do you
well,
think?
I like the idea of reading with this deck.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
anyhow,
Yeah.
later on today, I'm hosting the Mystic Four at 7
Ooh.
p.m. Eastern. And then Tuesday, I have 4 things going on. Just like and subscribe, people. It's awesome. And so, all right. Anything you want to say before we leave?
I just want to say thank you for this opportunity.
You're welcome.
And I want to thank everybody for, coming on. And for those of you who subscribe to my channel, thank you for doing,
Yes.
and do all the YouTube clicks and stuff. I
Mhm.
was telling Gerald, I said, I hope YouTube doesn't kick me out for not paying rent.
They won't. They know better than that. They know better than that.
They know better.
Yeah. All right. Gerald's dance card is so full this month, and I love it. And I do have some slots available. Don't tell anybody, but anyhow. All right. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to do the outro, and we will all see you later. Thank you.